Alright, I'm just gonna put a bunch of screenshots together and stuff like that, just maybe a few videos as well, just to show what's gone on since everything I said. I've been banned from Facebook. I'll get to that. Yeah, long story there. But here I'll start with this picture here, is just to show how it's all falling apart. So on the right here, you see on Thursday, attention members, your voices have been heard. We're gonna, Pauline Hanson's finally gonna come out of the shadows over this with this Emma Eros fake Muslim shit. So they're somehow, without any details, they're gonna come out and do a bunch of questions and answers, right? Skip forward a little bit in time, and here we go. We're on the left here. You can see what's happened after that. Is we're being concerned about pending posts and comments relating to this thing going on. We cannot allow the supporter base to devour and turn on each other. So it's the supporters' problems. They're the problem. The political party's doing fine. It's the supporters. It's people causing trouble. So basically, they're going to censor everyone that they don't like, and just accuse them of just being trouble. Anyone who's pretty much everyone at this point has abandoned all the supporters, at least who are active on social media, who are aware of what's happened, have completely abandoned One Nation. So they're banning everybody, and they're threatening them with a week-long mute if they post anything. And in a few days, they're offering a question and answer session. So how's this? We're going to give you a question and answer session where we get the chance to ask a question. But in the meantime, if you say anything we don't like, if you ask your questions before then, we're going to ban you, and you won't be able to speak in that question and answer session. You see, just see an example of this stupid shit that's going on. It's just fucking pathetic. Just lie after lie, bully after bully. Let's go to the next image. So here's my challenge to Mark Latham after he trash talked me and those who supported me and shared my stuff. Like everyone who shared my stuff, they all got mysteriously censored on Facebook and couldn't post anything. And it wasn't until after we weren't able to post anything in any groups at all, for some mystery reason. All of us, everyone shared my stuff. I posted on my wall over this, and people talked about it and started sharing that, and then suddenly, short time later, this mystery shadow ban disappears. So here's my challenge to Mark Latham. About 12 hours before, the government came to my door. So Mark Latham, apparently I'm an insane and a coward. Well, here I am. Face me in debate any day, any time, right now. Face me right now and prove me wrong for all the world to see. Let's see who the insane coward is, eh? So you're just accusing all the people criticising this scandal. This guy's trying to install Sharia law on Australia, and I'll get to that. So let's go to the next one. This is just an example. This is an early example of these shills. So this is like a before and after. Now, if you look, just pause the video, you go through this. If you look on the left, I identify this. This is just part of a long series of stuff. This is just one particular early shill. Just trying gaslighting and shit. Just trying to steer people away from my evidence and stuff. So yeah, like he asked me for a witness. So I've been providing witnesses and all kinds of shit for ages. So he asked me for a witness here. All right, he's a Department of Defense witness for agreeing with everything I say, and then I identify him as a wolf among sheep. That he's been identified, and he posts one more smart ass comment. Tick tock, a couple of minutes go by. He deletes all these comments. He still talks shit again later. But he deletes all these comments on this thread, just deletes all the evidence, and then just does it again. This is what they do. And then when their account gets widely known, they just swap to a new account. It's like, why would this dude delete all his comments after I gave him the witness he asked for, and then I call him a wolf among sheep who's been identified, and then suddenly he deletes all his comments? Why would he delete all his comments? This is just the ongoing thing. So They don't. In the later stages, they didn't delete their comments anymore. They just rapidly jumping between accounts to try and take turns at as trash talking me and shit, and steering people away from looking at my videos and evidence. But this is just a small example of the deletions. This is just a deletion example, how they delete all their shit. They do a lot of really messed up shit, and then they delete it, and then they just go straight back to doing it. They just repeat the same thing. Next one. So here's a guy I was in live video chat when all this stuff was going on. I was in live video chat, and he was there to witness a phone call that happened, and he's the one that told me to get out of there because it could be another assassination attempt. See, I got witnesses everywhere. This is just what someone who was in live video, and he saw what happened to me in my own home. So what's next? So here's just another someone. Now on my Facebook, very few people on my friends list will say anything. That doesn't mean they're not witnesses and they don't agree. A lot of them are setting private things in private. I've actually lost a lot of people on my Facebook over the past while because of everything that's happened. Because a lot of them have come to me off the internet, or they've privately messaged me explaining that they're scared for their life. They still want to be friends, with me, but they're scared for their life. They don't, because their association with me, they don't want to be targeted either. So here's just one example of how I keep saying these people, all these witnesses I've got everywhere who do not. I've got tons of witnesses that have come forward more and more over time. But here's an example of the many, many, many more that I say are too scared to come out. It's too scared of being targeted after seeing firsthand what has been done to me. So this one here is saying is just that, and he doesn't want to be. He's too scared of being targeted for telling the truth, and he confirms everything I say. So here we go. So apparently, it's all my fault and those who shared my stuff, and now everyone who's saying the same criticism, which is pretty much at this point now, it's like universally the only people saying defending One Nation now are just the obvious small number of shills. That's it. Pretty much universal condemnation of total betrayal in the worst way, and so it's all our fault. It's not their fault. Their political parties all together, they've got everything right. It's just some conspiracy theories going around by some right-wing nutters or something. Whatever. So on the left here, you see Mark Latham's accusing lunar right nutters who deal in crazy conspiracy theories about Islam. And then here on the right, you've got the admin to the official One Nation page saying it's subversive left-wing trolls. So they're attacking the left and the right. It's all the left and the right. They can't make up their mind who's doing it. Might as well blame Russian bots or some shit. Russian troll bots or some shit. They don't know. They don't even know who to accuse anymore. So yeah, it just shows that it's all falling apart. Pauline Hanson's being in the shadows. Apparently this morning, she's supposedly coming out of the shadows this morning for a rigged question and answer session where all the people who are actually criticizing them are all banned, including me. I got this mystery Facebook ban just in time, so that I can't attend this question and answer session, and if, no one will get their questions answered. It's just typical rigged question and answer sessions with political. Now fuck that shit. You debate me. I've offered $1,000 on the table. Prove a single thing I've said being wrong. Not even the shills who attack me. They don't even say that what I say isn't 100% right. Everyone knows and agrees that everything I say is 100% right. Well, won't face me, just trash talk me. So what's the next one? So here's regarding a ban. So I was talking. I got another shill talking shit to me, and he says he's going to behead me, as you can see here. So on the left, you'll see the image that I posted. That's the censored version of it. It's just a Muslim with a Quran book, as you can see there, and it's just Europe with a shield kicking Islam out of Europe in defense, because it's it's shield defense. It's in the context of defense. in defense against Islam. And I posted this image in defense against a Muslim who said he's going to behead me. And he's promoting the beheading of my people. So I post this in self-defense. And it's apparently I get banned for hate speech. His beheading talk and shit isn't banned. That's perfectly fine. But if I say that do this in self-defense, this image is apparently hate speech. And a few seconds later, you see in the middle here, apparently it's not hate speech now. It's our systems something our systems consider unusual. So let's just blame it on some automation or some shit. Well, this actually happened. This ban happened 5 seconds after I posted it. And it wasn't automated. You know, I've posted this image plenty of times before. Never had a problem. This is someone on Facebook who's watching live and who's decided to ban me. Then there. If you look on the left, you can see I've been accused of some previously posted things where I haven't been banned for, which are unnamed, and this is just the final straw apparently. This image is the final straw. And on the right here, you can see the dude saying, "You want me to behead you?" And I said, "I want you to try." And then straight after that, I posted the that image that I banned on the left that I'm banned. That's what happened. And so we'll go to the actual conversation that happened. There we go. The conversation that happened there. This is to give some context here. You know, like at the bottom of this is where I posted that image. I just simply posted that image, and in self-defense, and apparently that's hate speech. But all this stuff, all this beheading shit, that's still up there. That's not a problem. And it was banned in live time directly by a Facebook employee watching the conversation. And this isn't the first time. I've been banned over and over by Facebook employees who make Muslim Facebook employees who make death threats on me against me on a regular basis. Let's go from just give you some examples of the history of this shit. So here's me saying, fight these terrorists, document all their terrorist threats and beheading threats and shit, document it, report it to authorities. So apparently that's hate speech too. Telling people to document all these beheading terrorist threats that I get on a regular basis, document it and give it to authorities. And that's hate speech according to Facebook. Another 30 days. What's the next one? So look, here's an example of what happens when I don't say it. I get all these death threats. If I don't even respond to them, I don't say anything. Well, that's also hate speech. Look, there's no quote here. There's no message because I didn't say anything. I'm banned for hate speech anyway. Anything. So if I'm a white man, anything I say is hate speech. Doesn't matter what it is. Anything I say is hate speech. And now, if I don't say anything, that's all hate speech too. So it doesn't matter what I do or don't do. It's all hate speech now, according to Facebook. So I'm almost drowning in evidence and documentation and shit. As people who know me, or even will look at my YouTube channel, you'll get an idea. You know, I've got no shortage of evidence and witnesses and shit. You know, I've been targeted for so many assassination attempts and all kinds of stuff because I have the ammunition and the means to use it. And I cannot be bought out, I cannot be bluffed, and I cannot be intimidated. You know, I'm very dangerous to the forces of evil in this world, and I have the means to I have the ammunition and the means to destroy them. So that's just a few examples of what's just happened since the other videos. I'm going to add this to a Facebook post. I'm going to try and get someone to send. Apparently, I'm going to miss out on this question time unless I can find a way in. I've got an idea. I'm going to try it, but we'll see what happens. But you know, basically, no one's ever going to be able to have any real questions. It's just a big stunt, and they're so stupid. The whole political party is just it's done for. It's all over, and there are massive consequences of this. Now, Facebook are directly trying to rig an election here. They're facilitating and orchestrating invasion and genocide and beheading and shit. and covering up all the evidence and all kinds of shit. I've got so much evidence here you would not believe, as many people already know. So I'll finish this video. You get an idea. So watch all the other videos. You'll get an idea, and try and find a way to engage me for more. Find a place that I'm not banned from and engage me for more. I'll just finish by adding a couple of video run-throughs. You just pause the video to read some threads, some Facebook threads about all this stuff, just to give you an idea.